If you spend a lot of time working at a desk, an ergonomic office chair is one of the best investments that you can make. But with so many out there on the market, how do you know which one to buy? The truth is, there's no one best chair that's best for everyone, but I can honestly say after having owned and reviewed several office chairs that this O3 chair from OdinLake is my favorite one to date. There are, however, a few things that I don't like about it, so I'll show you both the good and the bad. But because people come in all different sizes and shapes, one thing that you want to look for in any office chair is the maximum number of adjustability features. So I'll show you the adjustments on this one. First of all, this one has the footrest that you can see that folds in and out. That's nice if you have to relax on a conference call or you just want to take a little bit of a nap during lunch. But as far as the main ergonomic features, it has a backrest that moves up and down. So you can move it up like this if you're taller. That'll move the lumbar support a little bit higher, or to return it back to the lower position, you just put it back down like that. Similarly with the headrest, that moves up and down. You just have to unlock a little screw right here to move it up, and then you move it up like that, or move it back down and lock the screw back in. Additionally, the armrests adjust up and down. You ideally want to have your arms at about a 90-degree angle so that they're not pushed up like that, and you're also not really having to reach down for the armrests. These ones will turn in and out like this, and you can also adjust it up and down just by pulling this button right here. Another thing that I really like about this chair is that it's so easy to make adjustments while you're actually sitting in the chair. This chair will recline backwards like this, and you can either lock or unlock that backwards recline just by pulling that little lever right there. It locks into place, doesn't go anywhere. If you want to unlock it, you just pull that again, and then it comes right back up. Additionally, on the other side, you can raise or lower the chair just by pushing like that. It'll raise the chair up if you're not sitting on it, or if you are sitting on it and you want to lower it back down, it just lowers down like that. There's also a tension knob right here, which adjusts the tension of the back support. So with the tension fairly low, you can lean back very easily. If you adjust the tension a little bit higher, it gives you a little bit more resistance to that leaning back. You can still do it, it just takes a little bit more effort. So if you want a little more support, you tighten that tension knob. If you want a little bit less support and want to be able to lean back a little bit more easily, you just tighten the tension knob or loosen the tension knob the other way. Now, I mentioned there were a few things that I didn't like about the chair, and number one was the amount of packaging. This came in 2 huge boxes, plus this footrest came in a small separate third box. And there was tons and tons and tons of cardboard in there. So I didn't think that it needed quite that much. It was probably a little bit wasteful, but on the good side, your chair is probably not going to get damaged in shipping. Despite that, though, the assembly was very, very easy. It took me 15 minutes in total to assemble the chair, and probably 10 of that was getting the footrest in. The rest of the chair assembled really easily. It just dropped together. There were 4 bolts to put the entire thing together. The footrest had a few additional bolts in it, and the reason it took a little bit longer is because that's an upgrade on the chair, and it didn't have that part in the instructions, so I kind of had to figure it out. To save you the time, there's 2 bolts on the front end of this chair here on either side that hold this on, and then 1 bolt back here that keeps it from slipping out. That 1 bolt comes attached to these metal rods, and you actually have to take that bolt out in order to be able to slide it in. Then you put the bolt back in. So that's why it took me a little bit longer. Now that you know that, you can probably assemble it in, honestly, less than 10 minutes. And in case you're wondering if you should buy the upgraded footrest, let me save you the trouble. Yes, it's definitely worth it. So if you would like to check out this O3 chair from OdinLake, click the link down below this video.